good show for you tonight. An interesting show. Now, I should apologize to the gentleman from... I was making fun of him last night. We have Warren Chang tonight, who, with his erhu. It's a... You see, that's what happened last night. He plays an erhu. It's an ancient Chinese musical instrument, and I said, tomorrow night, we've had a lot of requests for somebody to play the erhu. And you see, and we didn't know whether Mr. Chang was going to show up. We weren't making fun of the erhu because he is the greatest erhu player I have ever heard. I was saying this morning when I got up, if I could just hear some erhu music. Anyway, most of you, I'm sure, from out of town and are coming here and going to various attractions. Have you been to Hollywood? Not what it used to be. It's kind of strange, Hollywood Boulevard. Have you ever been to Toy Store on Hollywood Boulevard? They have the latest Hollywood action figures. Flashers of the universe. up in Hollywood. Well, here's some... I think the who threw me off. Some show business news. NBC has already announced their new shows for the second season, which starts when?
Very soon.
They're doing a new show... What?
About 6 days.
Well, fine. Anyway, I was going to tell you about one of the new shows. It's a new show about a delicatessen next to the Criminal Courts building. It's called L.A. Sloth. And it's going to be... Okay, well, sure you didn't boo when I snorkeled in the Tokyo Bay with a surrender terms. Well, good news, as you probably read. The President Reagan is in good shape after his prostate surgery. And I am grateful for one thing. Unlike President Johnson, he did not show us his scar. That could be grim. Anyway, he's doing fine, but in case of any discomfort, the doctors are giving him something to help him sleep through foreign policy briefings. There was an embarrassing incident. Did you read about this? In the president's hospital room early this morning, nurse came in, woke up the president, and 3 Secret Service men wrestled her thermometer to the ground. That happened early this morning. Wish that hadn't happened. All right, now, how many of you know that the 100th Congress of the United States convened on Capitol Hill? Who do you think got most attention? Fred Grandy. Fred Grandy is a new congressman from Iowa. He was former gopher on Love Boat. He went from a television comedy to a real comedy. Now, here's the most exciting political news I've heard in a long time. Governor of Arizona, Bruce Babbitt, announced his bid for the presidency. That was exactly my reaction. Bruce Babbitt. Sounds like he'd be a good friend of Elmer Fudd.
I'd like you to meet my friend, Bruce Babbitt.
Can you imagine his presidential press conference beginning with reporters yelling,
Hey, Babbitt!
Thank you, sir. Bruce Babbitt is pretty shrewd. He announced his running mate is Vanna White. How many of you have seen on the news the reported demonstrations of Chinese students on the news? Despite what you're reading, you know, China has a huge population. And apparently all those pictures of students marching were not really students marching. 10,000 students. They were waiting at a walk sign. Because there are so many people over there. I don't care. I've got an hour to kill. All right, here's some really good news. You won't believe this. The United States, or Spates, Post Office announced that they were in the black for 1986. The United States showed a profit of $300 million, and they said there will be no raise in postage rates. Good news, right? Congress right now is appointing a select committee to investigate what went right. let's see. How many of you follow astronomy? Did you read that astronomers announced yesterday a new galaxy may be forming? Just in time, the parking is getting ridiculous here. Look, I won't keep you. I know you. Some kind of sad news. Lee Iacocca's wife. Lee Iacocca of Chrysler got married, I guess, about 9 months ago in Splitsville. Yeah, well, I know. Sure. He come back from bankruptcy once, maybe he can do it again. Anyway, tonight, in addition to Warren Chang playing the erhu, you see, the old guy is going to come out here with his erhu and everybody's going to laugh at him. 600 years old. It's an ancient Chinese instrument played by very few people. Best by Warren Chang. Also, well, how many of you guys have heard of an erhu? Now, let me talk to musicians. How many of you guys have heard of an erhu before? Seriously. All right, now tell me what an erhu is.
It's a stringed instrument, much like a violin, with fewer strings.
How many strings does it have?
3.
2. All erhus have 2 strings.
No, the guy I saw had an extra string.
Had a backup string? I think it's 2 strings, right?
Yes.
And you play like a violin under your chin?
No, you don't.
Well, then why is it like a
You
violin?
put it in your crotch. Serious. It's true.
Nobody gonna turn out now. Couldn't you put it a little more delicately?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Mr. Chang and his erhu will be up. Later, we have very clever ventriloquist Jay Johnson.